hoş geldiniz diyorum.
Russia and Ukraine agreed to exchange more prisoners of war and return the bodies of 12,000 soldiers after peace talks in Istanbul on Monday. The warring sides met for barely an hour for only the second such round of negotiations since March 2022. But there was no breakthrough on a proposed ceasefire, which Ukraine, its European allies, and the US have urged Russia to accept. Russia says it wants a long-term settlement rather than a pause in the war. Ukraine says Russia does not want peace and that new sanctions are needed to force it to pursue a ceasefire. Following Monday's talks, Kremlin aide Vladimir Medinsky said Russian negotiators had handed their Ukrainian counterparts a detailed memorandum outlining Moscow's terms for a full ceasefire, and also suggested a short ceasefire to collect the bodies of dead soldiers. According to Russian media, Moscow said it would only agree to end the war if Ukraine gives up big new chunks of territory and accepts limits on the size of its army. Ukraine has repeatedly rejected the Russian conditions as tantamount to surrender. Later, Ukraine's defense minister Rustem Umerov provided some details on the negotiations.
Only during the discussion today, Russians handed over its document to our delegation. Our teams will take a week to review the documents, and then we can coordinate further steps. On release of prisoners of war, we agreed to focus on specific categories rather than numbers. We agreed to exchange all for all, seriously wounded and seriously sick prisoners of war. Second category is young soldiers who are from 18 to 25 years old, all for all. Also, we agreed to return 6,000 to 6,000 bodies of fallen soldiers. Children. We have provided the other side with a list of several hundred Ukrainian children who were deported to Russia.
Umerov said Ukraine also proposed more talks before the end of June, believing only a direct meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russia's Vladimir Putin can resolve the outstanding issues. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan hailed Monday's talks as a great meeting, and he expressed hope to bring together Putin and Zelensky for talks in Turkey that could also include US President Donald Trump. Both Ukraine and Russia, for different reasons, are keen to keep Trump engaged in the peace process. Trump has said the United States is ready to walk away from its mediation efforts unless the two sides demonstrate progress towards a deal.